The women's football is going to take over from the men's football. Is it going to get... No.
I think the men are more professional.
The men are more professional. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Good thing.
Why?
Because...
Yeah. Oh, let me just put the brake on. Hang on. Yeah. But, not yet. Maybe. We are being recorded. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know, they're just more professional.
Yeah, okay. So we're talking about the men. Is it better that the men are more professional? You're kind of saying it's less good because they're more about passion, less about money. But can you be about both, passion and money?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. We can be both.
And does that mean, like, say we're doing this session for free, is it a better Talkaoke session than the one we get paid lots of money for?
It's more pure.
It's more pure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting, okay. Yeah.
I think because the men get paid more, they can spend more time on their sport and their practice, and then they perhaps reach a higher level of professionalism. But if women would be paid more and get more sponsorships, I think they would be equally as professional.
But would that make it a less fun game because they're more businesslike suddenly?
You would lose a few things, but I think it would be worth it to raise the profile of women's sports.
You should up
Definitely,
the money.
And I think advertisers could do more to seek out the female players for sponsorships so that the general public knows who they are and gets excited about them.
Do we know who any of the female, do you know any of the stars of the women's team? Any of them?
I don't know.
No? Anyone?
I think they should get paid more.
Yeah, but do you know any of the players, any of the female players?
No.
Do you know any of them? You do?
Alex Scott.
Alex Scott, okay. Who does she play for?
Arsenal.
Arsenal, okay. Right, I see. Okay, so, I mean, do you think they should get paid more, or will it make it less pure?
I think they'd make it less pure.
So it's nice when it's just about the sport and not about the money.
However, yes, I agree with you. I think it's the purity is important. But it's true that they should have enough time to dedicate to the passion, and to have enough time to dedicate to the passion, they need to earn a living. But a reasonable living, unlike the men who earn $1 million a month.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah, okay, so it should be, how much should they earn then?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how much the women get paid, but like men like get a lot. Like some people men get like 450k a week.
How much?
450k a week.
Wow, 450k.
A week.
How much is 450k? What does k mean?
450,000.
Wow, okay, 450,000 a week. Wow. Is that worth it to get paid that much?
Yeah.
You think it is? Yeah? Anyone could do it.
All they have to do is just kick ball for 90 minutes and then they just get paid.
Yeah. Would you like to do that job?
No.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Even though you get 450k a week.
You get fouled very easily.
Okay. Okay, I mean, maybe we should ask people what jobs would they like to do when they grow up. What job would you like to do?
Footballer.
Footballer? What kind of footballer?
What kind?
Who are you going to play for? What position?
Centre mid. And
what's going to be your style? You can be a playmaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start for West Ham.
Yeah. You start playing for West Ham first,
Probably,
and then get transferred to Arsenal. Okay. Yeah. What are you going to be?
I don't know.
Yeah. You're going to be a talk show host.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the job is out there. It's an expanding field.
What are you going to be when you're older?
What?
A doctor.
A doctor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
I think I'm going to be a businessman.
And you want to be a police?
A what?
A policeman.
A policeman. Okay. Yeah. And
A singer.
a singer. Yeah. What kind of singer?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Good singer. Okay. What would you like to be when you grow up?
I'd like to be a writer.
A writer.
Yes.
Okay. Any particular kind of writer?
A playwright.
Plays. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get 450,000 a week do that?
Oh, I wish. I think Andrew Lloyd Webber does. He'd have to write a musical.
Is he like the top? Is he like the Ronaldo of playwriting?
I think he is. Yeah, it's probably the highest paid living playwright.
And he gets, how much does he get?
Probably gets around 450k a week.
Okay, so he gets sort of similar money to a footballer. Okay, what would you like to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, it's hard. I don't think I want to have a job. I want to do many things.
You'd like to be a sort of, I guess that means
I want to be a footballer's wife.
A footballer's wife.
No, I'm kidding. That's not true.
But you'd like to be, I'm picking up this lady of leisure.
No. I want to be an activist. I want to sing and play the piano.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to be the backing vocals of this.
Yeah. What's your name again?
Tiana.
Tiana? Maybe you could be Tiana's backing singer. Do you need a backing vocalist?
No.
No, you don't. Oh, okay. Maybe later you will. No, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, how much do activists get paid?
Oof. But they rarely get paid, actually.
Yeah.
No.
So they don't get paid at all.
No.
So you want to do a job where you don't get paid at all?
That's why I said it's not a job.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I want to do, but it's not a job.
Okay. How about that? What about the idea of doing something that's not a job when you grow up? Yeah.
I don't know.
Would that work? Maybe in the future people won't do jobs. We got singer, policeman, doctor, writer, activist, footballer. What were you going to be?
I don't know.
You haven't thought of anything, no? And just throw something in there. What do you like of the ones you heard so far?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. I mean, what do you think about just doing nothing? About just not doing anything at all? Would that be a good thing to do, or not having a job? Would you rather do that, or would you rather have a job?
I'd rather have a job, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What job?
Don't know what job. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Give us a final thought before you go.
I'm what?
Yeah.
Tottenham and Schmucks.
Schmucks. What does that mean?
Terrible.
They're terrible. Have you any final thought?
Yeah.
Arsenal are the best. Do you agree with that on this side? Yeah.
Yeah? Arsenal is the best.
Right. Okay.
Arsenal.
Yeah. Why do you like Arsenal?
Arsenal was the best.
Yeah. Why do you like Arsenal?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tyler said yesterday he likes Arsenal because they won last time when they played.
Okay, so it's about them winning. So if you win a lot, then you...
And he liked the position where they was playing in the...
What about West Ham? Are they not the local side here?
No.
No? Okay. Just checking. Okay. Do you agree with that? Arsenal are the best?
No. I'm not into Arsenal, I'm afraid.
Come and take a seat. We're just talking about a few different things like football. We're talking about football. We're talking about what do you want to be when you grow up. Who gets paid the most? Like Andrew Lloyd Webber is the highest paid playwright, but who's the highest paid footballer? That's what we're talking about at the moment. Who's the highest paid footballer? Ronaldo. How much does Ronaldo get paid? But he's the one that gets 450, just like Andrew Lloyd Webber. Could they do a musical about Ronaldo, about the footballer, and what would that be like? Would that?
Interestingly, there is a hit play that is about a girls' soccer team in the US. It's called The Wolves.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is already a football...
There's a football play, a stage
play. Okay. Would you watch that, a play about football?
Yeah.
Yeah, you interested?
I am as well.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry?
You interested? Not really, okay. Well, tell us a bit more about it.
It's about some middle school age kids, which is like age 11 to 13, girls that have a soccer team at school, but it's really about them socializing and their problems, etc. But it takes place at their football practices.
Sorry, bus. That's a very noisy bus, that one. I think it's got a gearbox issue. Go and say that again.
It's about some girls in the States that are practicing for a football team, and all of the scenes take place at their practices. But it's really about them socializing and interacting. But they're kicking balls around on the stage. It is about football.
Okay, so they're actually good footballers, and they're kind of playing football on stage.
Yeah.
Right there and then. Okay. We've lost Tiara. Okay, so we're talking about football. Is women's football more exciting than men's football? And is it because they don't get paid as much? That's what we're talking about at the moment. Any thoughts on that? What do you think? No comment there, I think that's a no comment. Okay, where do we want to take this conversation? Do we want to talk about drama? Do we want to talk about football? Do we want to talk about men versus women? Do we want to talk about
UFC.
the UFC?
UFC.
What do you want to say about UFC?
I don't know why Conor McGregor quitted.
Okay, maybe, I don't know, does everyone know what UFC is? Do you know what UFC is?
It's like a boxing kind of like kicking in a cage.
So it's like kicking people in a cage?
Yeah. So basically like boxing.
Yeah.
Kind
of. So who is it?
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, and what happened to him?
I think he quit.
He gave up?
Yeah, he gave up.
Why?
Because I think he got too old.
Because what?
I think he got too old.
You got too old. Okay. Fair enough. I guess
Are there any rules in Ultimate Fighting Challenge?
Yeah.
How does it work?
Come and have a seat. Because we're doing a talk show. Come and sit down. We've got Tiara. Was it?
Yeah.
Tiana. We've got Tiana. We've got Tyree. And what's your name again?
Preston.
And we got Stacia, we got Agat and Mikey. Come and have a seat at the moment. There's a few subjects on the table. Okay, get your order in. You can bring it here if you want to. And we're talking. Also, there's this question about UFC. Do you know anything about UFC?
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So I would be interested to know about the rules. How many people are fighting against each other?
2 people.
Just 2 people. Basically, the rules are like if you knock someone out, you can get them in certain part of moves. Like you can put them in a headlock, put them in arm lock, leg lock, headlock, any lock. But if they tap out, if they tap 3 times, they're out.
What do you mean if they tap 3 times? If they go like that?
Yeah.
When they're in the headlock?
Yeah.
What do they tap? The floor or the other person?
No, they tap the floor, the other person.
What about if they can't reach the floor because they're twisted in a headlock?
So what they got, the ref will say that's enough.
Yeah.
So
it's up to the ref to say, look, that's enough. Do you know anything about UFC? Why did Colin McGregor quit? And are there any rules at all at UFC apart from the 3 taps? I don't know.
Making them like bleed if they're weak. Like say if someone was weak and they gave up, and the ref would say keep going on until they say that's enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a referee as well. Yeah.
So is it real fighting or is it like wrestling where it's a bit dramatized?
A bit of a drama.
Yeah, it's not real.
It's real fighting. UFC? Do you like UFC? Do you know what it is? Do you like UFC? We're talking about that. No? Why? You're not into... I've never heard of it before. Yeah, is it like wrestling though, UFC? Or apparently it's not, it's real fights. Come and get involved in this, come and have a seat. We have got Agat, we've got Stacia, we've got...
Would this go anywhere?
Yes. Why? We're going to put it online, we're going to put it on the peoplespeak.org.
No, because I'm in it. Don't put it online.
You don't have to be in it.
They'll cut you out. Will you cut me out?
Yes, we can, yes. Well, it's going to be on YouTube.com. Yeah.
If it's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah. We have to make it...
Huh?
What happened? Come and sit down, come and get involved. We need more chairs as well. Rick, can we have some more chairs? Please. Rick's going to bring some more chairs. And... Yeah. There we go. Have a seat. Come and get. What's your names? I'm Mikey. We've got Tiana, Preston, Tyree, Stacia, Agathe. Go and get your friend and come along. So we've got a few subjects on the table. We've got UFC. Any thoughts about UFC? Have you seen?
I
do
wonder.
You know UFC?
Now that I know what it is, I vaguely have seen it a few times.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. But I wonder what Colin McGregor is going to do with himself now that he's not doing UFC.
Yeah. Well,
I wonder
in a
what
way,
people think about that.
Maybe he'd become an activist. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Because he's got a lot of money. He can just kind of.
He can afford not to earn money. It's true.
Yeah.
But I
What's
wonder.
that?
Well.
We will see. We will see.
But Preston, what
Yeah.
do you think he's going to do, Colin McGregor, now that he's not fighting? What would he do?
I think he's gonna like talk what happened and like communicate with like the people who like watch the scenes with the fighting. Like when people like was at the stage, like he's gonna like talk through from people that yeah.
So he's going to become like a pundit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think he's gonna write. Yeah.
Or is he going to write his biography? Yeah, that might be quite interesting.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
think he might do that still.
I mean, what is his life story?
His life story is that how he progressed. He's where he was weightlifting, doing in the gym, fighting, training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just basically spent his whole life in the gym fighting. Will that make a good story, though? Yeah, you think?
I
You
mean,
think it
Rocky
might?
makes a
Rocky,
good story.
yeah,
That's
okay.
going on like
Yeah.
7 installments, and that's kind of similar. Someone
Yeah.
that trains and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
fights a battle.
UFC, do you know anything about UFC? Colin McGregor? What's Colin McGregor going to do now? That's what we're talking about at the moment. Come and have a seat, come and get involved. We have got Tiana, Preston, Tyree, and Stacia and Agathe. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering what I'm going to do when I retire. Because, I mean, we've asked people what they're going to do when they grow up, but what about when they retire? Maybe we should go around the table on that one. Yeah. What are you going? Is it going to be the same?
But my plan is to retire very early, as I just mentioned. So it's same thing, really.
Yeah.
Same thing as later on. Just enjoy and do something positive.
Is it going to be more activism?
More activism.
What is
more
activism?
Activism can take any shape or form. Protecting the environment, trying to change society a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like the Robin Hood of real life.
Okay, so like being a bit like Robin Hood. Okay. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. This is Talkaoke. At the moment, we're talking about what we're going to do when we retire. Colin McGregor's going to write his life story. Agathe's going to do more activism, more of the same. Stacia, what are you going to do when you retire?
Well, I love writing, so I'll never retire from that. I'll keep going. But I'm like Agathe. I will do more activism when I'm retired, and I will not be afraid to be...
You like the activism as well?
Yes, and I'll not be afraid to be arrested for a good cause once I'm retired, because it won't interfere with my workflow or my income.
So what will you be activising about?
Well, I'm very concerned about the environment, so I do activism for that, for sure.
Yeah.
But all sorts of causes, justice.
Yeah.
Yeah, immigration rights.
Yeah.
All sorts of things.
What are you going to do when you retire? Are you just going to keep going until you drop? Just keep being a doctor?
Doctor.
Just keep doctoring. Okay, what are you going to do when you retire?
I'm gonna probably be a writer.
Okay, so you're going to write your life story as well. I guess as a policeman, you'll have lots of stories to tell.
Yeah.
So I guess once you retire, you can write about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna write about what happened. How did I do it? How did I progress to do it?
Yeah.
And
Okay. And what do you think the major kind of theme in your life story is going to be?
it's gonna be like. What did you say, sorry?
What's that?
What did you say? Okay.
What's going to be the theme? Like, the stories of the policing. Is it going to be about how crime doesn't pay? Is it?
How I'm gonna do it? Like how did I train?
Yeah.
How did I do it? How did I you know what I mean?
So it's going to be more about kind of self-improvement, really,
Yeah.
than more than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you going to do when you retire?
Actually, I might be a writer.
You write as well? Will
Yeah.
you write your life story, or you write fictional stories?
I write double jointed.
Okay. So you're going to write all in joined up writing? Okay. But what are you going to write?
How did I sing?
Yeah, okay. How you learn to sing, okay. All right. We're talking about life stories here. I wonder if I'll write my life story when it's going to be boring though, my life story. It's just going to be sitting in this table for like 40 years. Hearing a lot of other people's stories, but my life itself is just
How do you progress from the outside of the table into inside of the table? That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it will be. I just jumped in really and just started. Just kept on going for a long time. Yeah. How do you make a life? You're a writer. How do you make a life story interesting?
Well, conflict is always interesting, and we avoid conflict in life because it's uncomfortable. But when writing, it's a very interesting thing. We don't want the story about everything going smoothly.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to remember. If things are going badly in your life, you can think about how it fits into your story, and you can overcome it. It'll be a good story to tell people in the future.
Okay, so it's about. I mean, but if you don't have any conflict, it's kind of boring. Who came back? Oh, okay. So we're talking about life stories. How do you make a life story interesting? What are you going to do when you retire? Are you going to write your life story? Preston's going to write his life story about being a policeman and all of the crimes that he solved and how he trained and a story of self-improvement. She'll be very pleased with that, I think. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think it's better than. But what's that?
It's
not telling exactly.
They're not telling your story.
Yeah. Okay. We need some drinks. Rick, can you get some drinks for us, please? I know you're in the middle of trying to fix a computer. Or maybe Stacey, you could go and get some drinks.
I'd be happy to. What does everyone want?
Well, I think as soft drinks, there's only really Diet Coke. Are you all right with Diet Coke? Do you want a Diet Coke? So 3 Diet Cokes and maybe 2 beers. Okay, 1 beer. It is the People's. Vepsnet is our YouTube channel, where or you can Google "The People Speak" to find us, and you will find this. And this is, in a way, this is our story together. What is our combined story? I suppose we're asking right now. What's that? What is your story? That's what we'd like to know. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. Don't step out into the road when there's a car coming. At the moment we are talking about, what makes an interesting story. Apparently it's like conflict makes an interesting story, but that's
very true. Like actually, when you talk to your friends, you never. If everything is going well, you say, everything is going well. You have nothing else to do. When it starts to be interesting is when something meaty happen, and it's often conflict or people that annoy us.
Yeah.
That's a lot about this.
Okay, so it's more interesting when people annoy us than when everything goes right. Okay, I see. Cheers. So, I mean, in a way, you're lucky because you're going to be a policeman, so inevitably you're going to have some conflict. You're going to be a policeman as well?
Yeah.
What about the doctor thing?
I think he's going to probably, when he retires, he's going to probably be a doctor.
Yeah, or you could maybe be a police doctor.
I want to be a police doctor.
Yeah, like the people who are looking at the crime scenes and like in the series, forensics.
Yeah, and then working out what happened. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that makes things quite interesting.
When I do be a police officer, I'm going to probably take a dog with me. You know, with them police dogs. And I look after them. And if I do retire, I'll probably be a PCA.
A what?
A vet. Like when the people find pets on roads, streets.
Okay, so you'll be like a sort of animal rehomer.
Yeah.
When you retire from the police.
And then if no one, and I'll see whoever wants to adopt them, take them in. Yeah. And
yeah. Have you got any pets at the moment?
I'm thinking of getting a dog.
Yeah.
But I did give my cat away because my nan, she was like, she wanted it, so I gave it to her.
Okay, so you've already got some experience in animal rehoming.
Yeah, and I did have a guinea pig, but I gave it to my friend. I let him keep it.
Yeah.
And then
more animal rehoming.
Yeah.
It's a guinea nanny. me gave it to our nan.
Okay.
We got the guinea pig for my sister's birthday.
So there's a lot of animal movements going on. Any pets on this? Have you got any pets?
Well, it's funny that you talk about it because the reason I'm here tonight is because I gave my cat away to Judith and Laurine who live next door.
Okay. So your cat lived. So you've come to see your cat. I see. Yeah. Okay. So what's your cat's name?
Yalla.
Yalla. And
it's common in Arabic.
Yeah. And you said you moved. Where have you moved to?
I moved to France.
Okay. Okay. So you moved countries, so you couldn't take your cat with you.
Exactly.
Okay. Why is that? Did the cat only speak English and Arabic?
Exactly. yeah. She's just bilingual.
Okay.
She can't speak French.
So a third language.
I'm moving too much. She would be very sad. She needs company, and I'm not home enough to give her company. It's probably the same reason they gave the guinea pigs to their nan.
Yeah.
So because she's here and she wants company, and she needs company.
Have you got any pets?
No, but I wish I had a cat.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why have you not got? Maybe.
Because
maybe Preston
I
will
move
give you
too
a
much
cat.
to have a pet, and I go out of town too much.
Okay, so you don't want one right now. You do want one, but okay,
it's
right.
not realistic.
Okay.
If I can't be a police officer or a vet, I'll be a builder. A house, you know, when them councils, like, you know, when them things. Yeah, I'll be one of them. Yeah, if I can't get any of them two jobs, I'll go for them too. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Oh, I will probably be what's it called?
Instead of the police officer,
You're going to be a builder.
Builder, or a you know them people who check your houses, like
Surveyor.
yeah.
Okay. A surveyor, is it going to be?
Yeah.
A house inspector?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, house inspector.
A house inspector. What do the house inspectors do?
They just check the house. They interview you for the house. Excuse me. They will show you around. They will show you where everything is, how to use the gas meter, all of that, the electrics, and all of that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sounds like a good job. I mean, sometimes you can't do the job you want to do. Like, for example, being an activist is a good job, but it doesn't get very much money.
It's not a job.
So it's not a job, no.
It's not a job.
But I mean, sometimes you have to do jobs just to earn money, don't you? And then you have to do a compromise, I suppose. You can't be a footballer or necessarily, but maybe you could be like a football coach, I suppose, or something like that. You can't. I mean, I don't know. What do people think? Do you sometimes have to compromise when it comes to jobs? Like, I mean, what would be like an easier job to do than, say, for example, being a singer? Are there jobs related to that which are easier to get?
I think that everyone should go for the job that they really want in life, because you only live once, and you might have to do some other things along the way, but you should still aim
really
for the job that you actually want to do, because you'll spend a lot of your time working, so do something that you love.
So Preston shouldn't necessarily go to become a building inspector. He should go with policemen.
Kids, always follow your dreams.
Yeah. Okay.
Always. So if you want to follow your dreams, just pick one dream and then follow it, and then you progress to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Change your mind.
Yeah.
I think it's great to follow your dream, but one dream, you don't necessarily need to stick to one. Maybe sometimes you follow your dream and then you realize,
Did you have a different dream when you were younger, I guess?
No, still the same.
Yeah, what was your dream?
Save the world.
Save the world, okay.
Very accessible dream.
Yeah, so how did this come about then? Why did you decide you wanted to save the world?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
The world is pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it. The world.
Yeah, you think does the world need to be saved?
Yeah.
It does need to be saved because it's good.
Yeah, because we're sucking up plants, trees.
Yeah.
Fruit, vegetables, fruit, humans, beings.
Yeah.
Loads of things.
So it's a pretty good place, but it needs to be looked after. Is that what you're saying? Okay. What do you think about saving the world? Does it need saving?
If we didn't have plants, we wouldn't be alive.
Okay. Why?
Because we need plants to eat vegetables and fruit.
Okay. Save the world?
We have to eat flowers.
You have to eat flowers, okay? Yeah, okay. What about on this? Are you interested in saving the world?
Definitely.
What do we need
I
to
agree.
do?
It's a wonderful place. It's a great planet. It's the only planet that we can live on, our species. So
yeah, so far.
So far.
Yeah.
But in the foreseeable future, it's the only place we can live.
What do we need to do to save the world? We're talking about saving the world. Do we need to save the world? What do we need to do to save the world? That's what we're talking about at the moment. Stacia?
Yeah, we need to watch our climate for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. The impact that we're having.
How do we do that?
Oh, we can do things like walk or ride a bike instead of taking a motorized vehicle, get electric cars in.
No. Question is, at the moment, how do we save the world? Is it about going by bicycle instead of by car? Yeah.
With a bicycle because like it's more exercising, more entertaining.
Yeah.
With a car, you just sit down and press pedals and yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would doubt it. Getting a car can get you there faster if you got a job.
Okay, so if you've got a job, you kind of need a car to get there in time.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
And things are changing. By the time you work, maybe it's going to be different. You can work from home a lot more. I mean, being a policeman, though, is something I really need to do with your own body.
Yeah, well, I mean, you need to get to the emergency in a car, probably, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to.
I mean, we're talking about saving the world, though, so Stacey's come up with a few sort of tips about how to save the world. Have you got any, because you're sort of into it?
I think, there's a lot of things that you can do individually that will at least not fuel the things that I think are wrong.
Yeah.
Like killing the planet.
What's the biggest thing we can do to save the world?
I think it's just resisting all the wrong thing that is happening.
Yeah.
So resisting what is wrong and also moving towards something that is better.
And what
you can do?
What kind of things are wrong?
It's that a few people are controlling most of the world. It's like the disparity in power distribution.
We're talking about saving the world. Do we need to save the world, and how? Is it about just going by bicycle instead of by car? Is it about resisting certain things? That's what we're talking about at the moment. Any thoughts? What about on this side? What can we do to save the world?
Put more, let's say, I'm thinking right now. Take away fast food.
Fast food?
Yeah.
I mean, what could perfect fried chicken do then?
Just makes you like junk. It's basically like junk food and fattening.
Yeah. How does junk food endanger the world?
It will hurt your belly, kind of. Yeah, it hurts your belly if you eat too much of it.
Okay, so it's bad for you personally.
Plastic.
Yeah.
Try not to use that much plastic anymore because then it ends up in the oceans.
Right. Okay. So don't use plastic. Okay. All right. Any particular plastic things?
No, I just thought about it with your takeaway example.
Yeah.
There's so many plastic, single-use plastic.
Yeah.
When you do takeaways, when you go to Tesco to buy your... everything is wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
So try to avoid this. And then planting your...
You know, when you eat fast food and you near a river, don't chuck food in the river, please, because that's our water, what we drink.
Okay, so the food in the river affects the water supply.
Yeah, and it affects his fishes as well.
Okay, how does it affect the fish?
Because if they eat it, they're gonna die.
Okay, right. So throwing food in the water is a real no-no. Anything else? We're talking about saving the world. How do we save the world? Hello.
Save the world by making the world a better place.
Yeah. Okay. Well, come and have a seat. Come and get involved once you finish your phone call.
My son, sorry.
Okay.
The world's rubbish.
Yeah. Well, Preston says the world's a great place. But
It's not a great place.
Yeah. Why?
Because I think that with the MPs, all the the Parliament people.
Yeah.
They're all load of rubbish.
Okay, so the politicians.
They're not out to help the poor. They're all for the rich.
Okay, so the politicians are not doing a good job when it comes.
TV. Am I actually on TV?
On YouTube, but except you're out of the camera frame. But certainly we've got your voice anyway. Come and just give us a couple of minutes. We've got Agat, we've got Stacia, we've got Tyree. Come back with it. Bring the kids along as well. Okay. Anyway, we're talking. So what? Politicians? Do you know any politicians? What do you think about politicians?
What is politicians?
What are politicians? Okay. Any?
Those are the people that represent you in Parliament. So when you get to be 18, you can vote for them, and then they debate issues, and then they make a decision on your behalf. So they're supposed to be doing what you would like them to do.
What do you think about what this lady said that? The politicians are not doing a very good job.
I agree that they're not at the moment.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I don't feel represented.
Right. Okay. So you don't think they're necessarily doing a good job?
No, I think they're looking out for the interests of people that have deep pockets and a lot of money, and ignoring the other citizens and what they would like.
Okay. So they're just. I mean, that's what she was saying. That they're just looking after the rich people.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I do, because like I see bare people are homeless. They don't, and then when people walk past and they don't give people money. But when a rich person is like on the street, and if he felt like if he's on the floor, they'll just give him money when he has like
Okay, so then we're not really looking after our homeless people. What do you think? Anything about politicians?
Politicians.
Yeah. Any thoughts? No? Politicians? Do you know any politicians?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
I wonder if people at this table are planning to vote when they get older. Do you think that you will register and then go to the poll on the day and cast your vote for the candidate that you like?
Okay, and in 10 years' time, do you think you'll be voting?
No.
Oh, we've got a new face at the table. So we have got Agat, we've got Stacia, we've got Tyree, we've got Preston, we have got Tiana, and I'm Mikey. What's your name?
I'm Judith.
Judith, welcome.
Hi.
Well, there's a few subjects on the table. We started talking about football, and we started talking about the women's football. Is it more interesting than the men's? Is it more interesting because they get paid less? Then we started talking about UFC. Do you know what that is?
Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Amazing, yeah. And then apparently Colin McGregor's going to retire. I don't know if you knew that.
Colin McGregor is.
Who's Colin McGregor, quickly?
He's this guy who is the best UFC fighter. He is. He's undefeated, basically.
And then he's going to retire, and we started talking about our life stories and what we would do when we retire, what we'd write about. Because Colin McGregor's going to mostly write about going to the gym and training and fighting, but Preston's going to be a policeman, and then he's going to write about all the police stories that he did, how he developed as a person, this kind of stuff.
But what type of policeman? Because there's so many types of policemen, aren't there?
I think it was going to be one that deals with animals, wasn't it?
Yeah, one with animals, or if I can't do that, I'll do the one with where they put people, like when they stop people in a car, put traffic. Traffic.
So traffic policeman,
yeah. Traffic policeman. Because if the people go speed limit, they're going to get pulled over.
Okay, by you? And what are you going to say to them?
Give me your ID.
Okay. So, but anyway, this is a bit of a digression because we moved on. We started talking about saving the world. Maybe it's because of the policeman thing about saving the animals and stuff like that.
Right.
But saving the world, I think it's because both Stacia and Agat, who's in the loo, wanted to basically mostly focus when they retired, focus on saving the world. But does the world need saving? Preston says, well, actually, the world's a good place, but it does need saving, and it needs a bit of looking after. And we talked about how politicians apparently are not doing a good job, and that's where we are right now. How does the world need saving? How does it need saving? And these are kind of some of the subjects. Have you got a view on that, on any of those things?
I have a view on many things.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Ooh. I think there are lots of good things about the world as well, though. Yeah.
It's not just a bad place.
No, I don't think so. I think there are loads of good things, like being able to hear about people's aspirations, like to become a policeman. Like that's quite a nice thing that you can just stop on the street and hear about people becoming a policeman. That's quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are some good things as well about the world. I mean, you were saying that the world's mostly a good place, weren't you? Or what do you think? Good place, bad place? Is the world a good place?
Good place is better.
Okay, yeah.
Because you get healthy food.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're talking about whether the world's a good place or a bad place.
I think it's a middle because like basically I think it's kind of like a good place. It's kind of like a bad place.
Yeah.
But I would recommend the good place.
Okay. We've got new faces table. So we've got Judith, we've got Agat, we've got Stacia, we have got Tyree. Is that right? And we've got Preston and Tiana and Mikey. What's your name?
Hapte.
Hapte. And we're talking about, is the world a good place? Does the world need saving? Or is it kind of okay? That's what I'm talking about at the moment. Most people around the table are saying the world is a good place, but it kind of needs a bit of looking after.
It's a good place.
Yeah?
It's a good place, yes.
You think so? It's a good place as well?
Yes, a good place.
Okay.
If you use it properly.
Okay. If you go in there, you can get yourself either a beer or a Diet Coke, if you want. So, yeah. It's a twisty.
Can be improved still, no?
Yeah. I mean, it's such a good place we don't even need a bottle opener anymore to open a beer.
Progress.
That's progress. Are we progressing? Are we actually...
Is progress really the solution to make the world a better place?
What do you mean by that?
Is progress, like technological progress, progress in, don't know, I can't say I think about anything else than technological progress. But is it really making the world a better place?
Okay, so I mean, we're talking about technology. Does technology getting better make the world a better place? Like, for example, this twisting bottle openers rather than one that you have to go and find a bottle opener. Does it make the world a better place?
Define technology.
Okay, well, go. How would you define technology?
To know anything with electricity in it that beeps.
Okay.
That might be a useful way for people to understand.
You're more thinking about like things like phones, I suppose, like that.
Well, I'm just considering how we conceptualize technology around the table.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I recommend recycle.
Yeah.
Always recycle when you're like finished with your.
But what about things like phones? Do phones make the world a better place?
No.
No, why?
Because it's making your mind more into gadgets and that, like YouTube, all of that kind of stuff.
Right. Okay. So you're more getting like me. I'm getting distracted right now. I was just trying to put some music on, but it just doesn't seem to work.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
I agree with what you say, Preston. That it's distracting, and then you're always on your phone. However, being born in a time where there wasn't internet, having access to internet all the time and knowledge is really valuable.
Okay. I mean, was there a time when you couldn't just have access to knowledge?
Well, not as easily and not on everything. I could have a dictionary where I could look up words, but I couldn't see how something was made that easily. That would take going to the library, finding the right book, reading it. Now I just watch a tutorial.
Okay, so now to make things, you just look it up online, but in the past you had to go to the library and you had to go and flick through books to find out stuff. Now you just look into your phone, so it is better in that sense.
If you look around you, you see like bare rubbish on the floor. Like I think people should really recycle, put them in the bin, put the rubbish in the bin.
Why are people not recycling?
Because they think don't know. I think they probably think they're cool.
So it's more cool to not recycle because then you're kind of like...
Yeah, because once other people did, once one person did, everybody wants to do it.
Okay.
They want to be the cool guy.
Okay.
But we know that that's not cool, is it? Like throwing things on the street is not cool. There's nothing really cool about that. What about that makes you cool? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think it does.
Well, I mean, what I'm picking up from Preston is that it's like breaking the rules, so you're just like, you don't care about the rules. Is that right?
Yeah. People don't really care about the rules.
That's kind of saying, I don't care about your rules.
Let me just do whatever I want.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want, and that's kind of cool to say I can do whatever I want, kind of thing. Okay, what do people think is like throwing litter on the floor? Is it kind of cool rather than recycling it? Is it kind of saying? Yeah.
Recycling is better.
Yeah. But is it less cool though?
Looking after the world is better.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure everyone here would agree, but I mean, if people just want to look cool rather than be good to the planet, I mean, what do we do about that?
But we have to change how we understand being cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
yeah.
the way that we understand being cool, I think we need to think about how we're talking about it. Do we connect being cool with littering?
Yeah.
I don't think we should do that.
Right.
I think adults should be really conscious of how they speak about those things around children.
Yeah.
And maybe the next cohort of people might change their mind, because cool and littering are not two things that go together. They're not synonymous. They're not two things that go together.
They shouldn't go together.
No, not at all.
What's a cohort?
A cohort is a group of people that are of a similar age or have some characteristic that's the same, but people aren't really listening, so it's fine.
Okay, so did you know you're a cohort? Anyway, but your cohort, that means people of your age group, are not going to think that throwing things around. I mean, but how do we get your cohort not to think that throwing stuff on the trash on the ground?
I'll show them how to.
Okay, so you're going to be a kind of leader there. Yeah, you're going to say something, Stacey?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to have a sense of rebellion sometimes and to question the rules, but maybe to do it in a more positive way. Because littering has no purpose; it's very negative.
So it's good to question the rules.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It can be cool, but let's find a better way to do it.
Yeah.
Something to rebel against that's worth breaking the rules for.
Yeah, were you going to say something?
And you have to listen to your mum. When your mum says you have to go to bed, you have to listen to it.
Okay, so it's also about listening to your mum and people like that.
Listen to the people who are important. If someone says do something, you got to do it. Because if someone was like chucking on the floor, don't tell the lie, tell the truth.
What is the truth?
Say someone broke something outside, like a car window, and you lied. It was like, say it was someone else. Don't ever lie. Always tell the truth.
Okay, so there's an element of truth about this as well. You can say something again?
I'm just surprised that people would feel that recycling is breaking the rule. So it means that recycling is a rule. It's not something that you. It's like outside of the moral. Like I do it because I do believe it's right.
Yeah,
it's like a rule that is imposed to you, and that's why breaking rules is always cool. Right? Looks always cool. It's not cool.
And what does that mean though when it comes to recycling, or it comes to people dropping stuff on the floor?
Or lying.
Or lying, for that matter. I mean, there is a problem, isn't there? Because whatever you do, come and have a seat on the table of chat. We're talking about saving the planet. We're talking about how the planet's already dead. It's too late. Is it too late? You're shaking your head. Come on over. Tell us why. Why do you think it's too late? But also we're talking about, why do people drop litter on the floor? Is it because they think they're cool? Because they're breaking the rules? That's what we're talking about at the moment. This is Talkaoke. Everyone's welcome to come and have a seat around the table of chat. Where do we want to go with this conversation? Do we want to talk about... do you recycle because it's the law? The law. That was quite good, isn't it? Or do people recycle because they want to? What?
Do more exercise instead of running, chilling on your phone at home, sitting at home. Like go somewhere and just keep running, do more exercise, go to the park with your dogs if you have one. Just do more entertaining, active things around your area.
Okay, so more activity is better.
Yeah. Is that what I was going to say?
You need to do more exercising to get strong.
Yeah?
Get fit.
Okay, so fitness. Does UFC, is that a good way to get fit?
I don't know, I've never watched it. I didn't know it existed before tonight.
Yeah, okay.
Is it a good way to exercise?
Is Colin McGregor quite fit, or is he now less fit because he's retired?
Yeah, he's now less fit.
Okay.
But when he was when he was in university, he was quite strong.
Yeah. It was quite okay. So So whether do we want to talk about the fitness of the planet? Looking after the planet is also about looking after yourself, looking after your own body. Do people agree with that? Is there an element to that? No.
For me, not really. It's a bit disconnected. But often, what you do that is good for you is also good for the planet.
Can you give us an example?
Not smoking, eating healthy, trying to cook yourself instead of buying pre-prepared meals.
Is that better for the planet?
Yeah. No plastic, no salt, no industrial products, or less at least. Better for the planet.
Okay. So often what you do yourself is better for the planet.
I think if you are taking care of yourself, then you have a lot more energy and focus, and you can make things happen in the world beyond your own life.
Right, okay.
So I think it's important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think being fitter actually makes the planet fitter?
Oh, well, I think it has a knock-on effect.
Okay,
I think people are happier and they're more energetic and they're able to get out and do things.
Tiana?
We have to take care of the world. If there was a fire, if we didn't have fire engines, if a fire was going on, the fire will set a big fire.
So the world could burn. Yeah.
Try to say if people are not that active anymore, they're not gonna be if people that have important jobs, they won't be active. They say if someone had a fire, they won't know, they won't care if people did obey the laws. So if someone said there's a fire, no one will believe the other person. They'll always tell the truth. So
I guess, yeah. I mean, has anyone here ever started a fire? Has anyone ever, by accident or deliberately?
A fire is on a barbecue.
Okay, you've started a barbecue. I've started quite a few barbecues. We were supposed to have a barbecue today, actually, but yeah, it didn't happen because I just ran out of time. Maybe that sort of, I don't know if is a barbecue good for the planet? Probably bad for the planet. But I'm trying to link all of this together. But the reason why we didn't have a barbecue is because of crime. Because I was a victim of crime. Yes, I was. Yes. Somebody tried to take out some credit cards and loans in my name. So I had to spend a lot of time.
Two little boys had a fight, and he made a little boy had a nosebleed.
Really?
Yeah.
Did that happen today?
No, yesterday.
Yeah.
But he broke it up.
Okay. Being the policeman again.
The boy was getting mad, so he was trying to break out of Preston. Because Preston was trying to hold the boy out of the way of the fight, and the boy punched his nose.
You're still getting into this, up to you. I mean, you can come and go as you want on Talkaoke. At the moment, we're sort of talking about, I guess, this
Well, Preston makes a good point about if someone yells fire, but that person hasn't been truthful in the past, people won't believe him. And then if there is a real fire, it will engulf everyone. So telling the truth is part of social responsibility in a way.
Okay, so telling the truth is very important, especially when it comes to, I guess we're linking this to the planet as well, telling the truth about the planet. I mean, how do we know that people are telling the truth about them?
Important things is parents feeding their kids.
Yeah? Say a bit more about that. Can we get involved in this? We're still talking about saving the world. How much is it about personal responsibility, about telling the truth? That's what Preston's saying.
No, I didn't hear.
No, Tiana was saying that the parents... Can I have a seat on the table of chat? At the moment we're talking about saving the planet. Grab yourself a beer as well. We don't have a fridge, but we do have a bucket full of cold water. Just stick it in there and you exchange it, take the space out with a beer. So we're talking about, I guess, this question of I guess it's a kind of ethics in a way. Do you know what ethics are?
I think it... no, I don't know what it is.
Okay, it's what is it? ethics. Someone explain? It's like doing the right thing, basically. We're talking about doing the right thing. That's probably the better way of putting it. Both when it comes to the planet, when it comes to fights, when it comes to doing what your mum tells you.
Exactly.
What's that? If you want one, yeah, go grab one. Okay, go for it. You're welcome. There may not be any. Did you put any more into the bucket, Stacia?
No, I put in more beer, but I didn't put in more Diet Coke.
It looks like the Diet Coke's very popular.
The Diet Coke was going to be so
No, I didn't mean either. But then that's the thing about Talkaoke, you never know what's going to happen.
No, I'm going to put some more in.
Okay, so we're talking about doing the right thing. Come and have a seat on the table. Come and get involved in this. Come and tell us your name. We have got Preston, we've got Tyree, we've got Tiana, we've got Agathe. What's your name? Laurie, and Judith we've seen already.
Oh, thanks, Mikey. I feel like you're excited to see me.
We're talking about doing the right thing, basically, when it comes to the planet, when it comes to when it comes to who Spike
I thought
Lee?
it was it's a movie from Spike Lee, Doing the Right Thing.
The movie, is it about doing the right thing?
I guess so, and not doing the right thing, or questioning what is the right thing.
So sometimes, I guess the point there is that sometimes it's hard to know what the right thing to do is. Yeah?
Yeah, it is. It's difficult because sometimes you make decisions and you think that it's the right thing because of your choices, but then you have to think about how that affects other people, and then it might not be the right thing.
Okay. How do you know when it is the right thing? Do you know when it's the right thing?
You can see it, and if it's wrong, just tell the person to do the right thing.
Yeah. Okay, but is it always that simple to know what the right thing is?
Is listening to your mum. Like if your mum says, your mum says, tidy up your room, and you have to listen.
It's probably the right thing. So if you're stuck about what the right thing to do is, listen to your mum. Do you think that's a good way of?
It's a good advice.
Yeah.
For me, at least, it's a good advice.
Yeah. Does your mum know what the right thing is?
Yeah, she does.
Okay. What do you think about that? Is that a good thing to do? If you're not sure, ask your mum.
I think generally, like asking people who have more experience. That doesn't necessarily mean just older.
Yeah.
Even like I can ask somebody who has a lot of experience in one specific topic, and then I can ask them for advice. I mean, that's what so-called experts are there for, no?
Okay. So doing the right thing sometimes about asking someone with a bit more experience. We're talking about doing that. Have you ever sort of worried about doing the right thing and been not sure what the right thing to do is, or has it always been quite clear cut for you?
I've done the wrong thing twice.
Yeah.
A lot of times, but I realised to not do the wrong thing, to do the right thing. Like, say if I broke my mum's window by kicking.
Is that when you did the wrong thing?
Yeah, and I lied, and then I hid.
Yeah.
And then I got in trouble, and I was like, Mum, I'm sorry about what I did, and I'm gonna start doing the right thing now.
Okay. Come and have a seat on the table of the chat. We're talking about doing the right thing. How do you know when to do the right thing? And what we heard is that the best advice is just ask your mum. And your mum's going to know when to do the right thing and when not to. So that's what we're talking about at the moment. We've got Judith, we've got Agathe, we've got Tyree, we've got Preston, we've got Tiana, I'm Mikey, and we've got Laurie here. Come, pull up a seat, or just give us a couple of minutes. So if you want a beer or a Coke, there's one in there as well. Okay, there's a couple, just in a little yellow bucket just down there. So we're talking about doing the right thing, and what we've worked out is sometimes it can be. Preston has done the wrong thing before. He broke a window, then he lied and he hid. But he kind of learnt from it because he knew that now it was the wrong thing.
Yeah, it's the wrong thing.
Yeah.
He was kicking a football around the house, then.
Yeah.
He didn't tell the truth. Then he was hiding.
Okay, so he didn't really talk. Just a twister. It's a twister. I'll do it for you if you want.
All right, thank you.
There you go.
All right, thanks.
So, okay, but I guess sometimes we do the wrong thing, but how do we know when to do?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, what's your name first of all?
Michelle.
Yeah.
It was wrong of him to do that, but he might have been frightened to tell that he broke the window.
Yeah.
When he kicked the ball, it might have been an accident.
Yeah.
And he was too frightened to say. Was that how it was?
Is that how it went down?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But I mean, so.
Broke a window.
Oh, right.
Okay, so we're talking about sometimes we do the wrong thing, but I mean, how do we get on the right side? How do we go back to the side of good?
I feel like Preston is teaching all of us how we get on the right side.
Yeah.
You acknowledge what you did. You said that you've done something wrong, and then you explained that you lied because you were scared. Michelle pointed out very kindly that you were scared. Yeah. I think that's how we sort out situations where we've done the wrong thing. We acknowledge what we've done.
Okay, acknowledging what you do is a good step. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I mean, it's great. It's good. I think it is good bravery just to come in and say, I did the wrong thing. Even that, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the... What's your name?
Tracy.
Tracy, have you ever done the wrong thing?
All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Is it hard, though, to acknowledge, to admit that you've done...
So I'm allowed to say
Okay,
none of
right.
that.
Yeah.
Is it hard sometimes to say that
I
you've done...
suppose it all depends what it is, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing. Has anyone here ever done the wrong thing? Yeah. 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 Okay. Anyone want to tell us about it, or is it?
Well, which one?
Okay. One that you want to talk about. One that you want to talk about.
I don't think I have any ridiculously major regrets in life.
Yeah.
But there's definitely things where you're like, yep, I could have done that differently in hindsight. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't really think of any things specific.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about
What about booking a hotel room that someone's really unhappy with?
Okay,
No, I think-
Like your fiance, maybe.
I think that was the hotel room wasn't the issue. The Airbnb was an issue.
Okay, so, yeah.
As well, it's like when you've got kids, sometimes they'll play like the mum and dad against each other.
Right,
and then
okay.
you think, oh, well, you've give in to them, or the other partner's telling them something different. So,
okay, so
it can be that as
kids
well.
can also play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do that in this case when it came to booking the wrong Airbnb?
Well, playing my parents against each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Well, my parents weren't involved in that, so I couldn't really. But yeah.
Okay, so who was involved?
Well, it was the two of us. And,
Okay, so there wasn't a third person to play off against, really.
No, not really.
Yeah. Could you blame somebody else?
Yeah, I think. Well, we could. No, we were kind of blaming I think the situation in itself because it was a bit rushed. So quick decisions were made and were regretted.
You blame the
I guess.
situation. We're talking about doing the wrong thing. Have you ever done the wrong thing? And
As kids,
I mean,
everyone does it as kids. Because I used to always do the wrong thing and blame my sister.
Okay, you used to
And
blame.
she'd get in trouble by my mum.
Okay, so.
And I was the quiet one,
Yeah.
so I took all the blame.
Okay.
But then my mum used
Yeah.
to say, no, it's probably her. My mum knows.
Okay, so.
On that it was me.
Okay, so we're talking about, I guess, doing the wrong thing, but sometimes you've got the opportunity to blame somebody else.
A time that I've done the wrong thing, actually.
Yeah.
In the moment, I felt like I was giving advice to my little sister that I felt was the right thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're too close in age for me to have realised that. Like, for example, when she said she wanted to be a fashion designer, and I was like, ugh, you're never going to achieve that. Which
Right.
was the wrong thing to do, to
Right.
shut down her dreams at the time.
Okay,
but
well,
I
this
didn't know
connects-
any better.
This connects to a sort of earlier thing that you were saying, Stacia, and people were talking about follow your dreams because you wanted to be a singer, and I was saying, well, what about if you can't be a singer? And then Stacia said, no, you've got to follow your dreams. But then you said to your sister, ha, you can never be a fashion designer.
Well, I didn't say ha. I just
Yeah.
I said. Well, I might have said ha, but
Yeah.
I said you've just got to have like a really practical plan B.
Yeah.
And then I said it's unlikely that you're going to become
Yeah.
and that was
Yeah.
the wrong thing to do, because if that's what she wanted to do, then I should have encouraged her. Oh, look, it's our mate. There we go.
Okay.
Well,
grab yourself a beer from inside before you get started. Just in there in the yellow bucket. And then I will explain what we're talking about. We're talking about doing the right thing, and what do we do when we do the wrong thing? Do we just acknowledge it like Preston did? Do we blame our siblings or our parents? Play our parent? It's so hard sometimes when you do the wrong thing just to admit, like Preston did, that you've done something wrong. And then Judith's talking about this experience where her sister wanted to be a fashion designer, and she may or may not have said ha, but then she said, oh, you'll never do that, it's too hard. And then it kind of fits into an earlier subject we were talking about, which is about following your dreams. Should you really go for what you want to do, or should you be more realistic, whatever that means, and actually, just go for something that's a bit easier? I don't know where we're going to go with this conversation. Anything on this side? No?
I think.
Yeah. Go on.
I think it's interesting that what Judy said, because it basically shows that what you think is right today can be wrong tomorrow, and vice versa. What you think is wrong today can be wrong tomorrow. So right and wrong is actually a moving thing. It's not
right and wrong
there's
is
no
not
truth.
always fixed. And what you think is right today can be wrong. Like playing football in the house was right yesterday, but wrong today. And things can move. The situation is like what is right today is wrong tomorrow. Anyone got any examples of that?
It's good to play football in the pitch.
Yeah, on the pitch, not necessarily in the house.
No.
Okay. We're talking about doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing. Okay. Putting in an order. I should have asked him to get one for me as well, actually. Come and have a seat.
I need to go and get some stuff as well.
Okay, you're going to make an order first. Okay. Anyway, we're talking about doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing. How do we deal with this? Do we want to talk to find out more about Judith's thing? Is your sister a fashion designer now?
She is not. No, she's not. She's only 21, so she's still exploring what she's going to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I've definitely learned that if she expresses an interest in something, that I should be a supportive and encouraging sister, as opposed to shutting down her dreams, which was not a great thing to do.
Okay, you sort of regret it a bit now.
I absolutely do, and I think that that's a valid point. I like the idea that it's not static, right and wrong is not static, despite the fact that we have rules in society that are static.
Yeah.
Which is quite an interesting contrast.
Okay, so it's not always what can be right today can be wrong tomorrow. Michelle, Tracy, were you going to say something?
No.
No. Oh, you're just saying hello over there. Okay, so we're talking about doing the right thing. Have you ever done the wrong thing instead of the right thing? What was it?
What about Kohlberg?
About what?
Kohlberg, the theorist, morality.
You have to explain that a little bit more.
Kohlberg he was in the past, I think 15th century.
Okay, come and sit down on the table. Tell us about it. We've got a new face. What's your name?
Danny.
Danny, and we're talking about doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing. Have you ever done the wrong thing? Is what is right today wrong?
I've done the wrong thing. I've never done the wrong thing.
Yeah, you're always on the right side.
Yeah, that's the right thing.
I mean, so you've never regretted anything. You've never. No.
Too many regrets.
Okay, so sometimes it's bad to regret stuff. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. We're talking about doing the right thing. We have got Judith, we've got Danny, we've got Judith, we've got Lowry, we've got Agathe, we've got Michelle, we've got Tracy, we have got Tyree, and we've got Preston, and we've got Tiana and Stacia and Mikey. Come and get involved in this. Have you ever done the wrong thing? Has someone else you know ever done the wrong thing? How do you get back to the right side of things? Preston, in a way, gave us a lesson because he was like, "Oh, I know I went wrong. I know I did something wrong," and then.
I guess in a way, doing the wrong thing is like making mistakes in that way, and you learn out of your mistakes. If you keep doing the wrong thing, then you might need to think again what you're doing. Yeah. But in general, I think you need to do the wrong thing from time to time to recognize that it was wrong and how to do the right thing. So in that context, I guess it's good doing the wrong thing.
So sometimes it's actually good to make a mistake because then you learn. Come and get involved in this if you want to. This is Talkaoke. Michelle, what are you going to say?
No, what it is, people do, you look back, when you've done the wrong thing, you feel guilty.
Yeah.
And then it's playing on your mind.
Yeah.
And you think, I need to tell someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's this thing like it kind of nags at you.
Yeah,
and you might have managed
on
to.
your mind all the time, and you're thinking, shall I tell someone or shall I not?
Yeah.
What would be right and what would be wrong?
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
So it's a very tricky subject we're talking about here. Doing the wrong thing, how do we deal with it? Preston, great example, just acknowledged it. It seemed like the right thing at the time, probably playing football in the house. Yeah.
He owned up.
Yeah.
Very good that he owned up.
Do you think you learn from it now?
Yeah.
What have you learned?
Learned not to kick a ball in the house.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And windows can break, I guess.
Yeah, windows are not always...
Fragile.
Glass is fragile. I mean, where do we want to go with this? I mean, you know, earlier on we were talking about fixing the world and politicians. Do you think they can learn from doing the wrong... Everyone makes mistakes. Are we forgiving of our politicians enough for making mistakes?
But at that level of decision making, what is the right and the wrong thing? It's quite difficult when you're dealing with like masses of human beings.
Yeah.
There's so many. It's quite difficult to make a decision that would benefit. Like you could be quite utilitarian about things and decide to do that for the majority, but then technically it's still wrong.
So in a way, as a politician, you're always going to upset somebody, so you're always doing the wrong thing. Yeah.
I think it's also like we're talking about doing the right and the wrong thing. It's like, but what is the right and the wrong thing? What might be right for me might be wrong for somebody else, and vice versa. So it's quite hard, you know. I mean, no, it's, like I don't know. So it's like some, you know, politician, for example, that is absolutely despised because of what they're doing. They might think they're doing the right thing. So.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they do. If they do it and they chose this career as because they want to do something different, they want to change it. And you might disagree with them, but at the end of the day, they're trying to do the best things for other people.
Okay,
probably.
So they think they're doing the right thing, but they're doing the wrong.
Some people could agree with them, then others wouldn't. So it's not everyone's going to agree with the same thing, are they?
It's what you like. It's what you do yourself. You need to focus. Am I doing the right thing or am I doing the wrong thing?
Yeah.
Like crime, that's wrong.
Yeah.
To do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's going on the wrong track. But then if you're positive and you think, well, I want to do this for my life, and then you get off your backside and you do it. You do it and focus and I think sometimes it will happen.
Okay.
If you're determined to do something, it will.
So you need, in a way, determination to do the right thing. I mean, you mentioned crime there as well, Michelle. I mean, what about people that have got into crime? I mean, how do they sort of like go onto the path of the
reaction to that?
Yeah.
It's got something to say.
Well, everyone.
Yeah.
Well, if you commit a crime, you've got to do the right thing, and if you can do a man's crime, then you can do a man's time.
Right.
So there's always consequences in action. So whatever you've done, you've got to pay for.
Okay.
And that, because crime does not pay. It does not last too long.
Yeah.
It might be good for a little while, but you always going to end up getting caught. So,
okay. I mean, is it just about getting caught? Is there more to it? Because you were sort of talking, Tracy, about like... Yeah.
It's always on your mind, your conscience, and you can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
And then you've got to try and cover up for what you've done, which led to a chain of disasters. So you're always in a circle.
Okay, so once in a way, the way out of crime is to sort of like, is it to own up to what you've done?
I think if you ask anyone who committed a crime, they can also justify why they did it. Nobody will do it just for the pleasure of doing something wrong, you know? You can always justify. There's always a reason and something that is morally acceptable. I committed a crime because I needed money for my family.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the right thing, like I committed theft, let's say. Except a psychopath. It's true there might be some people that are doing the wrong thing just because they like murder, but it's a really vast majority.
Yeah.
A couple of people that have gone in prison, done crime, and then come out, is either broke them or made them a better person.
Okay, so sometimes it can break people, sometimes it makes them a better
sometimes it makes them a better person.
Yeah. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. Do we need some more chairs? Rick, we need some more chairs. Come and have a seat, come and get involved in this. We're talking about doing the right thing. What happens when we do the wrong thing?
Hold on a minute. What about if we go back to Agat's point where crime, in terms of, we were talking about things being good and bad and right and wrong and morality, like you've committed a crime and that's a bad thing, as Danny was talking about. But then if you have committed the crime because your family had no food, so you stole food, then the boundaries of like right and wrong, good and bad, they're kind of changed.
It's a bit blurred. Like as Larry was saying, what's right today is wrong tomorrow. We've got a couple of new faces. What's your name?
Lenny.
And
Katie.
We've got Michelle, we've got Tracy, we've got Tyree, we've got Preston, we've got Tiana, we've got Stacey, we've got Danny, we've got Judith, and Larry and Agat, and I'm Mikey, and we're sort of talking at the moment about, we've kind of gone into this do the right thing. There's a positive side to this and a negative side. Like sometimes people, go really far and they end up in prison, but they end up coming out as good people. Sometimes they get broken. Sometimes they come out broken. But I mean, we've all done wrong things. None of us is perfect.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I mean, what?
When you go to prison, though, like you come out, you try and get a job, and it's like these people don't want to know because you've been in prison. And I think personally, that is wrong.
Yeah, so we need to give people another chance.
A chance, yeah.
Okay.
Some people.
What's that?
You're tarred with the same brush. It's just it's everyone just sees the wall, and that's all. They don't see what they don't show. You've been to prison, you've done your crime, you could be remorseful.
Yeah.
But just people go, oh, you've been in prison, no, we don't. You're not one of us to go. So which leads to people then to cause more crime because that's the only thing they know. So
no one's giving them a chance.
No.
Okay, so sometimes when people go down the route of crime, even if they want to turn around to a different way, they can't because no one will believe them.
I guess it comes back to like giving people second chances, and it doesn't matter if you if you nicked £1 from your parents' wallet because you wanted to buy ice cream, or you might be like killed somebody and then ended up in prison. Like, of course, there's very either sides of the very extremes, but I think it is important to give somebody. People like second chances and not just be like, oh, nothing ever happened, but it's like keep it in mind, but also give them a chance to prove like that they have changed.
What crime has been committed, that's the thing. It could be like, as I said, murder, even deeper crime, but I call it petty crime. Small all crime is terrible, but small mundane things like nicking, it's all insurance crime. It can be sort of turned the other way. But as I said, serious crime, you can't turn. Even though if you have murdered someone or done something very bad.
You think you can go too far?
You can go too far.
Or you can never come back?
No, you can't never come back. And that.
I think there's I can't remember exactly. It's a long time that I heard about, but it was either Crips or Bloods, like one of the notorious gangs in the United States. And one of the bosses of them, or like somebody quite high up in there, they were a long time, they will be for life in prison as far as I'm aware, but they've really regretted what they have done in their life, and they are teaching children and stuff not to be in gangs. They publish like children's books and stuff, and so I think it's not like necessarily like, oh, you didn't do anything, it's all like, let's like forget about it.
So even the worst criminals can actually do something good. Okay, we're talking about the whole spectrum, from all the way from like Preston playing football at home and breaking a window, all the way through to somebody running a whole network of gangs responsible for countless murders, there's like bad and there's very, very, very bad. We've got a point over here, Stacey.
Yeah, I was surprised to read the other day that the age of criminal responsibility in the UK is 10, which seemed very, very young to me. And that's disturbing. And in the States, it's by each of the 50 states has their own laws, but sometimes it's as young as 10 or 11. And I don't think it's right to hold people that young to the same standards.
You don't think somebody that young can be a criminal?
Actually, I think they can do some things that are wrong and very damaging, but I do not think they should be held to the same punishment as an adult at all. No, I don't think that serves any purpose.
What do you think? Do you think young people can be criminals, or they're just being naughty?
I don't know. It depends. Like, kids they do what they want. Like, they think it's okay, but like, I don't really know.
What do you think? No view? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
decide what you think.
I mean, there's the one side of it, as Lowry said. Sometimes you can make a mistake and you can get it wrong, and actually you learn from that.
A lot of people blame the parents.
Yeah.
When half the time it's not the parent.
Yeah.
It's the way the child is.
Yeah.
You know exactly.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, you look at them 2 kids that killed that James Bulger.
Yeah.
Now they knew they'd done wrong.
Yeah. Right.
They knew, and when they went in prison, they had it luxury.
Right.
They had computers a lot, didn't they?
I mean, but is that what's that?
Parents, Ronnie and Reggie, had the most loving mum going.
Oh yeah.
Had the most loving mum going, and look how they turned out.
Okay, so we can't blame the parents for this criminality.
My dad actually knew them 2.
Yeah.
Them 2 blokes, and they asked my dad to do a job, and because he said no, they sent a couple of boys round to sort my dad out years ago. But it turned out these 2 young guys knew my dad and they didn't touch him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking. This is some interest. Do you know who the Crays are? Do you know who they are? Crays?
Who? Craig Barker.
No.
No.
Okay. Do you know who the Crays are? So let's maybe just fill in. Do you know who the Crays are? Okay, so we need a bit of... Danny, were you going to say something? You're a bit of a fact.
Well,
can you tell us who the Crays are, just for some of the younger people?
Yeah, well, the Cray twins are hero and villains. In some eyes, people saw them as villains. In others, it was like Robin Hood back in the days in Bethnal Green Day.
Right.
But... See...
Yeah. What sort of year we're
1930s, when they were teenagers, they were going through the war back in 1940, and then hitting big time in the 50s and 60s. But they weren't nice people. They're good to their own, but that was through fear-driven.
Right.
Through just their presence made people scared.
Right. Okay, so they ruled through fear in a way.
Yeah. But I think one of his wives lives in Limehouse.
Right. Okay.
Just at the top near the. Do you know where Saracen Street is?
Yeah.
Right, just across over there, you got at the back of Limehouse Nick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a new face to the table. So we have got Danny, we've got Judith, we've got Lowry, we've got Agat. What was your name again? Sorry.
Lenny.
And Katie. And we got Michelle. We have got Tracy, and we got Tyra. We got Preston, and we have got Tiana in the cheap seats. And what's your name?
Hello, my name's Sean.
And then we've got Stacia here. At the moment we're talking about, like, in a way, criminality. Are the Grey Twins actually heroes? Are they evil villains?
A lot of people would class them as heroes.
Yeah.
A lot of people would, yeah. They was evil blokes, but what they did to other people. But
Okay, so because they rule by fear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, we're just going to pop over.
Okay, give us a final thought for now.
Final thought about...
Well, any of this, like criminality, doing the right thing, the Grey Twins, gangsters, anything, whatever is on your mind.
Forgive people and give them second chances.
Okay. When it comes to, say, for example, booking the wrong Airbnb or whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think people deserve second chances no matter what they've done.
People, it doesn't matter what they've done. People.
If they do it repeatedly now, don't.
Okay. Final thought for now.
It's just so nice to see like more people around the table. You know, I don't think I've met you yet, and I've lived in this area for 10 years. So
Oh, really? Well, there you go.
lovely to meet you, Tracy, Michelle. And the
Okay, well, hopefully you'll be back in a bit. But
Where you going? The pub?
Yeah, just because Nick has his exhibition opening, so I'm going to pop by.
Oh yeah, it's got an exhibition.
Yeah, that's why.
do you want to go in the middle now, Agatz? Okay. Also, I'm gonna sit around the outside now. We're gonna just introduce a new figure in the middle of the table. So let's have a big round of applause for Agatz. She's gonna go in the middle.